Mill, that is. How real that is. If that young fan with hammers, we gon' kill that kid. Ain't shit me to clap you up, can't pap you up with a Maddox buzz. I let that chopper block it just to back you up. BL double to the D, then come to HONDZ. MEKMI that be me.
What up guys, Ali here and welcome to Ali Talks Music. Add me on Instagram at Ali Talks Music as well. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now let's get into the video. Now Meek Mill has been a signature Philly artist for a very long time. Back in the day he used to roll in a group called Bloodhounds and even once signed with T.I.'s Grand Hustle. That was around 2008. Meek Mill's deal with Grand Hustle didn't really work because T.I. was constantly involved with the law, so much so that T.I. couldn't really focus on Meek's career. I never been one to hold anyone back or to slow down the success of anybody. I'm the first to try to enhance what you have, and if I can't make it better then I shouldn't be a part of it. After the deal with T.I.'s Grand Hustle didn't go according to plan, Meek bounced back and saw greener pastures on MMG. Now the first time I heard Meek rap was probably on I'm a Boss or Tupac Back. I'm too Glock strap, rolling down in Philly. Yo, I remember thinking, yo, Meek has something. He has that raw energy that people love, especially when they're in the clubs. When he wants to, he can switch it up and give us a more introspective track. Something that not many rappers are capable of nowadays.
Mars, Jupiter, Venus, origins and oranges, combined solar eclipse. Your mind is an eclipse of the origins in
And to top it off, he had a flow that was so unique, even though it was borrowed from other people, that people called it the Meek Mill flow. Meek definitely brought something different to the table, but just like many artists, he does have his flaws. With that being said, let's discuss the problems with Meek Mill. Now let's get the most obvious problem with Meek Mill out the way, and that's the fact that he got washed by Drake in a battle. I won't touch on this for too long because we all know the story by now, but Meek will go down in history as one of the guys who lost to Drake in a rap beef. What makes matters worse is Meek used to be a battle rapper, one that was known for taking on his enemies with a lot of aggression.
None of y'all, you kill one of mine, I'ma kill some of y'all. Man, I don't want to brawl, I want to war it out.
If we take that into consideration, and the fact that Drake cannot battle anybody live, it's clear that Meek should have won that battle. I'm just saying. Now I don't think people have a problem with Meek's flow right now, but back then, some people couldn't stand the fact that Meek rapped the same on every single track. Every time Meek jumped on a song, we knew what we were getting. The same flow and the same delivery. One person who gets the same critique nowadays is DaBaby. So if you think about it, Meek was sort of like the baby of his generation. Now Meek does have a lot of lyrical ability. His Dreams and Nightmares intro is surely a testament to that.
I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this.
However, Meek did have one problem as far as his raps go. I don't know if he does it now, but back then he would always make references to his Rollie or his Wraith. A lot of rappers do this. A lot of rappers talk about their material possessions, their cars, their jewelry, their women, etc. I get it. This is a rap. However, if you're rapping about the same thing on every single track, I mean, come on. Nobody wants to hear about the Rollie on every single track, bruh. Now it's safe to say that Meek's rhymes have evolved over time. Back then, Meek was just your typical rapper. He would talk about the same things that most rappers talk about, making him a rapper that wasn't essentially unique. These days, Meek is on another tip, and his raps have taken a more introspective, conscious route. Now I personally love this. I love the fact that Meek's rhymes have evolved over time, because a rapper that stays the same to me isn't worth listening to. I hate people that say never change, because if you're never changing, you're never evolving. Also, a rapper that talks about conscious stuff and is introspective is needed in a climate that is full of garbage and songs created just to make you dance. So I truly respect what Meek is doing with his music. However, there is a certain hypocrisy to it. Now after his numerous run-ins with the law, and after being arrested and sent to prison, Meek decided to use his experience to fight the criminal justice system. And that's amazing because I love the fact when rappers do this and use their powers to benefit the community. But here lies the hypocrisy. Meek is fighting the criminal justice system, yet he's making the same music that is putting people in prisons. Now I know what you're thinking. It's just music. Meek is just talking about things that he has witnessed or experienced or even heard of. But one can't deny that there's a certain gangster element to Meek's music, and that's the problem. Celebrities have a lot of influence. A rapper or artist may say things like, "Don't look up to me, I'm not a role model," or "Don't do what I do." But the fact that they're in the spotlight means other people are going to mimic their behaviors. If a rapper can convince 1 million people to buy their clothing simply because they wear it in music videos and TV appearances, then they have a power to make a man or a woman pick up a blunt, a gun, or even rob somebody. This doesn't apply to everyone. Someone may listen to Meek's music and not be affected by it, like most of us, but one can't deny the influence that these celebrities have over the public. Meek's music has a huge gangster element to it, and that makes some of his influence over the public negative. Now it goes without saying that Meek has a very weird way of dealing with his beefs. For a guy that claims to be a so-called tough guy, he never handles any physical altercations himself, which is a boss move if you think about it. However, there's no denying the fact that Meek Mill could not last one-on-one in a fight with many rappers. Meek simply doesn't have the physique or the ability to beat up a punching bag. Now I don't know about you guys, but this video reminds me of that 5-year-old kid that doesn't know how to fight but thinks he can. So he decides to take on the grown-ups. Now I don't think Meek claims to be a fighter or anything like that. According to him, he's more of a shooter. But then again, who is Meek Mill actually shooting? Nobody. Now if you've been following Meek's career, you probably know by now that he has a very strong dislike for the blogs. More specifically, DJ Academics.
Some of them got influence. Like, I don't know, if you watch who this little pages you watch, who might see Academics page, you'll see they post everybody's album, they ain't gonna post no Meek Mill album.
Now it seems to me that Meek picks and chooses who he has an issue with as far as the blogs go. Meek didn't like DJ Academics' satirical take on hip-hop. When Academics would post on content, he would use humor to it, and this sometimes rubbed people the wrong way. Clearly Meek was one of those people. Now I'm not gonna get into the whole history of the beef between DJ Academics and Meek Mill, but the fact that Meek takes issue with DJ Academics for simply reporting on the news is ridiculous. Granted, Academics did use a little bit of satire, and when humor is involved when talking about serious events, sometimes the message may become misconstrued. Now if I was Meek Mill, I wouldn't really care what DJ Academics thinks. I wouldn't care what the blogs think. I'll be focusing on me. I'll be focusing on my shows, my merchandise, making sure my music is up to par. I'd be trying to build myself instead of focusing on what other people think, because I made it. I'm a celebrity. I have money and access to resources that most people can only dream of. But it comes at a price, and that's people are going to talk about you no matter what because you're in the public eye. It comes with the fame. The thing is, when Meek reacts to DJ Academics' taunts, he does so in a very sensitive and emotional way, making it seem like he doesn't have thick skin. Now for a rapper that raps about the things that Meek raps about, for a rapper that talks that tough talk, it sounds like he doesn't have very thick skin. Let's not forget, this is the very same rapper who takes to Twitter whenever something goes wrong and pours out his emotions. Now like I said earlier, I respect what Meek is doing. Meek doesn't have to fight for prison reform. He could simply just make music about the same old shit. You know, the Rollies, the Wraith, the Maybach, all that stuff. So the fact that Meek truly stands for something is very impressive. Meek is going to help a lot of people in the process, and that's a very good thing. However, one simply can't deny the hypocrisy of his stance. Now I don't know if you guys remember the clips.
The backyard, the yard, I sell it whip on whip. It's off the hard, I'm the neighborhood pusher.
A rap duo consisting of Pusha T and No Malice. For those of you who don't know, No Malice quit making gangster music because he knew that his music was putting his people on the wrong path. It was influencing them to do negative shit. I'm talking robberies, murders. No Malice saw the negative effect his music had on the community and decided to step down from making that kind of music.
We become how we're labeled. You keep answering to a certain thing, you know, you're gonna be that. Certain things start to stick. Like you might start seeing, you talk about dope all record, you might start seeing an indictment. How many people went to jail listening to the things that I said? Think about how many times people got pulled over, went to jail, my record playing in the car.
This was very admirable because not many rappers are willing to take responsibility for the actions their music has on the community. At the end of the day, all I'm trying to say is Meek's music does help people. If you look at it from a hustling perspective, his music does motivate a person to want to get more money. However, it still puts people in jail. It still pushes people to do the wrong thing. It's still greatly negative. But like most people say, it's just entertainment, right? Now Meek is a formidable rapper. He has grown over time and continues to do so. The fact that Meek is still in the game right now in 2021 proves that he has something to offer that's different from the average rapper. However, at the end of the day, nobody is perfect. Meek is doing what he needs to do to put food on the table, and one can only respect that. Meek's music has improved significantly over the past few years. He's actually fighting for something that could benefit the community. However, Meek is still a hypocrite. That's all I'm saying. Oh, and let's not forget that Meek is a gangster rapper that is signed to a former CO. I'ma say it again, hypocrite.
Too bossy in, too thorough, don't move like a widow, on point like a hero.
That's it for me, man. It's your boy Ali. What is the problem with Meek Mill in your opinion? Let me know down below. If you have a video request, be sure to let me know down below as well. New videos dropping next week. Also add me on Instagram at Ali Talks Music. Till next time, peace.